Mi nombre es Cristina Costa, soy ingeniera industrial, estudiante del sexto semestre.
Karen Hernández, estudiante de ingeniería industrial, cuarto semestre.
Yo soy Paola Rodríguez, soy ingeniera industrial y voy en sexto semestre.
Pues yo soy Arturo Correa, también estoy estudiando ingeniería industrial y voy en cuarto semestre. Estamos aquí con el ingeniero Kenneth Musselman, que es el presidente del Instituto de Ingenieros Industriales. Taking in consideration Mexican characteristics and their resources, as well as their needs, what areas of the industrial engineering do you think can be explored the most?
Industrial engineering at the very heart is process improvement technology, and so it offers a great deal of variety, I think, across a number of areas. It is one of the blessings of industrial engineering because we are so broad in our application. It's also one of the things that hold us back because people don't understand what we can do. So one of the biggest problems we have is to have people understand what industrial engineering how it can be applied, and how it can be help to the process itself. I think what industrial engineering does better than other engineering disciplines is probably the engagement and the involvement of people together with other items. And so I like to think of that as being one of the strengths of our area. And I think if you can exploit that, I think that would be terrific. So any industry or any service area that integrates people into the process is something I think that you as a society to take advantage of industrial engineering techniques would be excellent.
What do you think the future of industrial engineering will be like? And for example, how will it change or how will it focus on, like, generally?
I think the future of industrial engineering is very bright, obviously. It's going to be interesting to see how it changes. I just gave a talk, and I talked about something that our fellows of the Institute, these are people who've been recognized in our Institute as industrial engineers. They're senior people, and we posed the question of what do we have to look at as industrial engineers. And there was a lot of talk about two areas in particular. This is assuming we're doing the traditional thing still, but going forward I think there's going to be more of an emphasis on the environment and on sustainability. I think as we continue to do the work we are doing in manufacturing elsewhere, we've got to add that to our lexicon of capabilities. And I'd also say the other area that they pointed to, quite frankly, was in healthcare. The difficulty in manufacturing today, the biggest difficulty today in the United States, is not the process, is not producing. We produce good quality and so forth. The problem is the cost of healthcare for the employees. And so what's interesting is it's not the product they're producing, it's being able to provide to the employees a value that has to continue, because if you can't keep them in good health, you're not going to have the people you need to produce. And so those are becoming major concerns, at least in the United States. I know here, there was talk when I was here, when I talked to the administration officials, I think an interest in the environment, and the other area of interest was in entrepreneurship. And I think that's exciting. And so what I'm finding, we have the same thing, but what I'm finding in the United States is that we have industrial engineers who are interested also in entrepreneurship. And I think that's exciting to see that maybe some of these people want to start their own business and start maybe inventing new ideas and new products and use the techniques of industrial engineering to advance it. I think you're on the right track here, and I'm impressed with the officials and their vision for what's ahead for you.
What suggestions do you have to industrial engineering students?
I would suggest that the students be open to the opportunities that are presented. The beauty of industrial engineering is its wide scope of applicability. Feel strong about the knowledge you have gained to this point, and know that you can continue to apply this in so many ways. And so don't restrict yourselves as what you think it should, what your future should be. And take advantage of the opportunities as they present themselves, and go forward with confidence that you've got the knowledge to excel in whatever you seek. One of the challenges of industrial engineering is that often we don't have people as industrial engineering throughout their career. They start in engineering, industrial engineering, and they advance into management often, and they end up being president or CEO. And we as engineers, industrial engineers, don't always recognize who had IE backgrounds, because we're so broad in our ability and so valued in what we can do in a company, we tend to gravitate to the top, which is exciting, but we got to be able to point to these people and say, these are industrial engineers, but they're in this capacity, or they're in this capacity, or they're in this capacity. So seek and embrace the opportunities that are there, and you'll go far. You'll go far.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.